NIA BTEC Sport Level 2 Unit 3. This is a video looking at Learning Aim B.1, the musculoskeletal system, in particular location of the major bones. To the left, you'll be able to see all the different bones that you'll need to be able to label. So first of all, we have the cranium, the clavicle, scapula, ribs, sternum, humerus, radius, ulna, pelvis, femur, patella, tibia, and fibula. I've now just inserted a picture of a human skeleton so we can start to label the human skeleton and we can see where these bones are. If we start off with the cranium, so the cranium is commonly known as your skull and it protects the brain. Now the clavicles, commonly known as your collarbones, these are long slim bones that form the anterior part of the shoulder girdle. These provide strong and mobile attachment for the arms. Next up, we then have your scapula. The scapula are your shoulder blades located just here. They're large, triangular, flat bones that form the posterior part of the shoulder girdle. Next up, we have your ribs. Now, your ribs, as you can see here, form your rib cage. There are 12 pairs in total. So I'm just going to put that over here. These are then connected to your sternum. Now, as you can see here, this is your sternum. Your sternum is a flat bone that runs down the center of the chest from the base of the neck to the abdominal. After that, we're now going to look at our humerus. Now, the humerus is this long bone just here. Now, this is actually the longest bone in the upper part of the body. The humerus then connects to the elbow, which then connects to the radius and the ulna. So you remember which is which. The ulna is the one that sits underneath. The ulna is the longer of the two bones of the forearm. So I'm just going to move these over so you can see these. So the radius sits up top and the ulna sits underneath. A little way that you can remember this is just the fact that ulna begins with a U and is the bone that then sits underneath. As we then start moving further down the body, we now have our pelvis, which I'll drag across so we can see. After this, we then have our femur. Now, the femur is this long bone here. Now, this is actually the longest bone in our body. This is then connected to our patella, which is otherwise known as our kneecap. So I'll put that across, which then after that, we then have two bones just here that make up the rest of our leg. These are the tibia and fibula. The tibia is the bigger of the two, just here, which we can see with the laser pointer, and the fibula then sits on the outside. So here we have all the major bones that you'll need to know for the Level 2 Unit 3 part of your course. It'd be worth you copying these down or even creating your own diagram, as that'll be something that you'll need to then include within your coursework.